Today we're going to find slope of a given line on a graph. But if you notice, there's no points on this graph. So remember, slope is the steepness of a line, and we write it as rise over run. In order to rise, I need to have a lower point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a spot on this black line where the x and the y lines intersect. So I'm looking for a point like this on this line. So as I follow this line over, right here at -4, +2 is a point. So I'm going to put a dot there. And now I need another point a little higher up. So I'm going to follow my line until I find another spot on the line where the x and the y axes come together. And I see one right here where x is +3 and y is +3. So now remember, to find our slope, I must first rise before I can run. So to rise to that point, I need to rise up 1, and I need to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So remember, it's rise over run, so 1 over 7. And remember, the run tells me whether it's positive or negative. If I run back, it's negative. If I run forward or to the right, it's positive. So this is a positive. And 1 is a prime number and 7 is a prime number. So this slope is simplified. The slope of this line is 1, 7. Now let's look at our second line. I see my line, but I don't see any points on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look down this line until I see a spot where my x and my y axes intersect. And there's actually a couple of them. I'm going to pick this one right here. And you're going to find that you can pick any two. As long as you pick them where they intersect, the x and the y lines, then our slopes will always be the same. So I'm going to pick this one, and I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to pick this one right here. Now, there are more, but that's the one I chose. So remember, I need to rise first. So I need to rise up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I need to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So remember, it's rise, which is 9. I rose 9, and I ran 6. And my run was back or to the left, so that makes this a negative slope. And now remember, slope is simply a ratio, and it's also a fraction. So I see 9 and 6, and I think in my head, oh, I can divide both of those by 3. And I get 9 divided by 3, which is 3, 6 divided by 3, which is 2, so I get a -3/2. And we're going to leave it improper because slope is written as a fraction. So it's a -3/2. And that's why you can pick any two, because if you pick them further apart, once you simplify them, they'll get the same. If you pick them closer together, then you won't have to simplify. So what I'd like you to do is these 6 practice problems. Find your points first where the x and the y line intersect, and then find your slope, rise over run. And when you finish, if you have any questions, write them down.